Some of the questions that I heard from the audience was, and I was really shocked, Jeff. It was more, how do I implement this? What do I do if? They were it was technical. It wasn't like, oh, give me the boxes and arrows. It was more like a great question was about rate limiting and thresholds and throughput. And I was like, wow. Then they all looked at me and I'm like, well, I guess I'm answering this question.
And you were the only one who sort of raised your microphone. Like, hey, Sean's on.
They all were like, I'm like, okay, got it. But the answer, and I gave her the answer, and she just was like, yeah, but, and she kept pressing on it. And I'm like, so you really want to, then Anatol took a stab, and then Andrew took a stab. But then what it came back down to was the data that you're going to be using in these security event tokens with continuous identity gives you the ability to be less chatty with tokens, for an example. And I thought it was a very good distinction that by harnessing and utilizing this paradigm, continuous identity, you have less tokens flying around the wild because you're being more precise. Like, I can give you all a token for 24 hours and not worry about it. Because if I have all these detected controls happening in the background and integrations that if you look suspect or malicious, I can just say, oh, Jim's cool, Jeff, you look suspect, I'm just going to revoke your session. But that's one token versus having to always do token refresh. So I thought it was a really good example, and she understood it spot on, which is I was so happy because the maturation level is raising more and more. Like when we first talked about CAPE.
Yeah, I want to ask you if there was a difference.
Oh yeah.